Alright guys, being it's in the 50s today, I decided to scrape back all of this bedding and whatnot to expose all of this ice and stuff underneath here. I moved the gate in the shed for the cows down another 30 feet, so hopefully there's enough room underneath the roof for everybody. They're talking a thunderstorm actually tomorrow. So I wanted to get everything bladed back off of this ice. Hopefully some of this ice will melt down more. They're talking a thunderstorm tomorrow. I can't remember what the rest of the week really looked like. It's supposed to be above freezing, I know, around the 40s, mid 40s. So I figured I'd get this bedding scraped back before this rain, and then maybe more of this ice will melt down. And then we're supposed to get a snowstorm at the end of this week, and they're talking a foot or better. So I thought I'd get this stuff cleaned back. That way if we do get snow, I can plow the snow out of here, and not have as much bedding and stuff to deal with. So that bedding will stay piled up until after we get the winter rye harvested. Winter rye hay, I should say. And then we'll spread this manure before we plant our corn. But you can see I've got them bedded down inside there, and I moved their gate. I'll show you that. I'm going to try and scrape some of the manure back in the calf lot too. But that's the same as this. It's all the snow and everything got compacted, and then it's just ice. So it is melting though. It's melting really fast since I scraped that bedding pack off of it. And I could clean this out, but I want to keep this built up higher. So there's the one I pulled the calf on the other night. So yeah, here's the other mom. But I moved this gate down. This gate was right here. It was right here. I moved it down another 30 feet. So there's more roof for the cows. That way if they calve, hopefully they can calve inside. I know they won't. They're stupid. They like to calve out in the snow, in the rain. But there is a spot here at least for the calves to go in and be dry. Like I say, I'm going to try and scrape this calf lot a little bit. Maybe I can get these stock tanks out of the ground, which I doubt it. That one's busted off. I'm going to try and scrape some of the top of that off of there, and then get in there and bed them guys down. So when I built the shed, I built it with my post 6 foot on center. That way if my snow load would be a lot higher than what they recommend. But then my lean-to is set up so all these posts are 12 foot spacing. So I can just pop a gate out anywhere basically, and have a different entrance for the calves. So I gave them this first 36 feet for 12 calves. That's plenty of space. So yeah, that's what's going on. I've been talking to a couple guys. You guys know who you are, about sheds or whatever, and some guys say just put up wind blocks. Some guys say build a shed, just an open south monoslope shed. There's baby cakes. Just build a monoslope shed and then feed them outside. Some guys say build a shed like what the Farming Life has with center feeding, and I don't know what I'm gonna do. It's probably not gonna happen this year, but it's one of those things. If there's some extra money, I might start buying posts. But this one is for Elm Custom Harvesting. If I build a shed like yours, I'm probably going to start it right around, well, this year we're hoping to add on to the horse barn, or the vet room, the vet shed. I call it the vet shed, the wife calls it the horse barn. But I plan to add on, this post right there is the corner of the concrete. The concrete or the cement stops right here. So I want to add on out to here, and then I can have calf pens or calving pens along here, and then do my alley so it comes along the side. But then I can have the horse hay in here, I can have some bedding in here, so it's here for calving. But so basically right here is the corner of this cement. I was thinking about building a shed starting somewhere in here and going that way, but set it up so this alleyway is going to come from the outside of this barn. Have it somehow set up so on the cow side of the new shed I can just throw up 2 gates quick, and I have an alley in, and then my return lane can just come straight out here back into their bedding part of it. And then set up another set of gates where I could return calves or steers back to their side. But I don't know which route I'm going to go, and if I build it offset right here from this other shed, I could have my drive-through feeding right in here somewhere, you know, and then I could use the cows, well, you call it scrape rail or whatever, the area where they're standing to eat, I could use that for grouping them, you know, to bring them into the alley, into the chute. And I could just have one gate over here where they could go back into the cow side, just another set of gates on the other side where the calves or the young stock can go back in their side. But then I want to have an outdoor area at the ends where they can have a lot outside too. It doesn't have to be a very big one, but more of like an exercise area where they can move around a little bit. Or if I want to feed round bales, I can feed that on the outside and then a TMR mix on the inside or whatever. It just would increase the options. Anyways, I just wanted to throw that out there. I know me and you talk a lot about this new shed or whatever, and I'm kind of thinking that would be how I would do it if I build a building like yours. But money is the factor, and I don't have enough to do it this year. We're hoping to get, like I say, the addition done on the vet shed here, and then a wood shed, because I know my buddy Jay Groom, he gets a kick out of me having all my firewood in the snow. So those are the 2 first things we're gonna do. And then we don't know for sure what we're gonna do with the cattle area. If we're gonna build a shed like that, or if we're just gonna start out, have an area about where that manure pile is, have a wind block wall there, cows on that side, and then basically do the same back here along the cement on the outside there, and then have this be a steer area. And then I'll just put posts like it's gonna be a shed in the future, where I can set up gates so I can lock them in where I'm gonna bed them, and then I can use that as an area to get them into the chute, and then the cows could return out that way and the calves could return this way. Definitely be a lot cheaper to go that route, but I don't know. I have time to decide on that because I don't have the money to do it right now. I'm gonna get the other things done first, but that's what it's looking like. This ice is melting really fast, so I'm really hoping, I was hoping that the water around that stock tank would run out here faster and open up that trench more and get that water out of here. And really, if I turn that water flow up a little bit so it's running over it, it does really good at melting the ice on its own. But I finally got it set right where it's not running over all the time, so I don't really want to monkey with it. So yeah, that's what it's looking like. That's what's going on today. Just moving some manure around, some bedding, trying to get some of this snow and ice to melt down before we get all this rain tomorrow, which I don't know how much rain we're gonna actually get, but rain is rain, and if it starts raining on this ice, it's gonna melt it even more. And the other thing, I wanted to get the bedding pack out of here, because with the bedding pack, all that's gonna do is hold the water, and then it's just gonna be like a big water bed. So at least this way, when it rains, the water should run out of here, and then melt some of this ice at the same time. And then I'll rebed them out here, depending on what happens, like I say, after the snowstorm that's coming. Or if they decide they're all going to lay down in the shed, I'll just keep bedding them in there and then not bed them out here. So yeah, and that's one of the things that would be nice to have, a big shed like what the farming life has, where everybody is inside. Cow camp has sheds like that too, where you can bed them inside, feed them inside. That way their feed stays dry, their bedding stays dry for the most part, and we wouldn't have to deal with this kind of thing. But money talks, BS walks, so it's gonna have to be when I get some money rounded up. It always seems to be the limiting factor on everything. There's baby cakes laying down in there. Get my camera to zoom out here. So, not very good with this new phone yet. So anyways, that's what's happening. I got some questions what the weather is like, so yeah, anyways, just great manure back. Thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one.